Okay, we're alive this morning. Copy this. Paste. Okay. Here. Okay. All right, we're gonna wait. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of time yet. We're gonna wait for some people to get on board here. So while you're doing that, I'm gonna go over here and bring this up, and then we'll go over here. We'll get going in approximately 5 minutes. Hey, Eric, you're on. Good morning, Eric. How are you doing? Okay. We're going to give it a few more minutes here. We'll get going. We'll get going here pretty shortly. This morning we're going to talk about do you have a plan? And I'm going to bring it alive with developing a plan of action I just did up here. So it's going to be real cool. Okay, we got one more minute. Okay. Let me just go ahead and one other thing I want to do here, I'll be right back, is I want to get this up here. Yeah, it's right there. Check your Gmail. Okay, check your Gmail. Yeah, it's there. Okay. Okay, we're going to get started here just in a minute here. Let me get rid of this up here. Okay, now we're going to go. All right, we're going to get started right now. For you guys that, a lot of you are watching this live, and some of you that want to come on and share, go ahead and check your Gmail account, because that's where we notify you on Google+. So it's very important that you have a Gmail email. And when you have a Gmail email, everything changes here. So just keep that in mind. And anyway, this morning on our Monday morning mentoring, as people start coming on, we're going to talk about developing a plan of action that's going to get you to what we call some break-in goals. So while we're waiting for people to come on, if you just look up here, you'll see that basically that's your link. That's your link to click on that and to go ahead and be part of the video. So go ahead and put yourself on mute. And then as we go through the training, you can go ahead and shoot your questions up here. Some of you on Q&A, just write them in the chat box up here. Okay, and we'll go ahead and take those. Now, for you that want to come on the video, live video, and have questions, we want to encourage that to be interactive. But I'm going to start a discussion this morning and talk about why it's important to really set some goals and set some dates to those goals and develop a plan of action in back of those goals. Because without a plan, obviously everybody knows you're just going to get pulled away by life. Life's going to get in the way, distractions are going to happen, everything's going to happen. But when you have a plan, you have a focus. And when you do a concentrated focus on to achieve something and you accomplish that and you have this what we call breakthrough goals, everything changes. You feel better about yourself. You know that you could take the next step to whatever level of income that happens to be. So I'm going to really encourage you with what we're offering that you guys develop a plan. Now we have two main programs that we're offering you right now. They're just phenomenal. Actually, there's more, but the two main ones are, if you're in my organization, we're talking about doing a Craigslist. I call that direct response marketing. Craigslist campaign. And if you consistently do that campaign, you know, and I'm going to give you a plan to do that, and you do that consistently every single month, it's going to yield somewhere between 5 to 10 pros that you're going to be signing up. So we're going to talk about that this morning. Also, if I give you a very, very powerful LinkedIn program where you can go on the internet and social media and start learning to connect with people. And we're going to talk about that. We want you to master one method before you go on to the next, but I actually do both of them. I do both of them very well. And I'm finding that by doing that, it puts me on a rate of at least 10 to 20 pros that I can sponsor every single month, almost like clockwork. So if you have the plan, things are going to happen. If you don't have a plan, you're going to get scattered in this, and it's not going to come together for you. So I just want to keep you guys comprised and kind of coach you or mentor you a little bit. That let's talk about that this morning. So with that being said, I'm going to talk about a document I put together just real quick this morning as to what my activities have been and giving you the benefit of the ratios that I have gone through. So let's look at that right now. I'll be right back. And let's go to my developing your plan of action right here. Okay, and I'm going to give you the big one right here. All right, so let's talk about developing your plan of action. First of all, set a goal to sponsor your first 10 pros. Now, why is that important? And why are we picking the number 10? Because with sponsoring 10 pros, it allows you to maximize the compensation plan, which means that you're going to be able to take a 100% matching bonus on anyone that really makes any money. So as an example, if you sponsor 10 pros and you mentor 10 people, usually out of 10 people, you're going to find 1 to 3 that are going to run with you. It's just I've been in the industry 30 years, and that's what it has. Those are the numbers. So let's say that you're going to get 3 out of the easy. You're going to get 3 people to do what you're doing. The idea is for you to do it and help 3 other people do it. Out of that, you're going to maximize your compensation plan. So let's say that your goal is to make $1,000. We're just going to make a very easy goal for you. Make $1,000. And then your goal is to help 3 other people to do what you did to make $3,000. Well, folks, that's a $4,000 residual income that you've accomplished. Can you do that in 30 days? Absolutely you can. What if it takes you 60 days or 90 days? Is it worth it putting 4 hours a day into something like this? And I'm going to close with that message as well. Is it really worth it if you knew that you could make $4,000 or $5,000 a month by spending 4 hours a day on the methods that we're going to teach you to create a residual income? All right. The other thing is that I'm using two main creating 2 main funnels here. One, we're using what we call direct response marketing, which is Craigslist, Gumtree, and the other areas that in other countries it's called something differently. We're also I teach LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is the most powerful media out there to sponsor people because you can target your audience and target your market. Now here's the other thing I already know too is that Facebook's tightening up on everything. For you guys to go on your timeline and post something and then send it out to your group saying limit you to 200, then they want to charge you to go to 1,000. I don't know, it's $50 a bump or something like that, a boost. So just be careful. I mean, Facebook, and they're real strict. Where LinkedIn actually has, my gosh, they have robotics that find people for you. They're more business oriented. Google Plus is more business oriented. Okay, so yes, it's an upgrade to a premium. It's $49.95 a month, or you could have all the have all those robotics working for you. It's worth it. I mean, you're in a business, right? So let's talk about the first thing. Is what we're going to talk about is breakthrough goals. Well, what does that mean? My suggestion is that you set a goal to make $1,000 in the first 30 days. Well, if you sponsor 10 pros, think about this for a minute, that's $500 right there in income. Now, what if you helped just one other person do the same thing you did? Just one other person. Folks, that's $1,000. So you and a buddy do this together, and you make $1,000. Well, what if you help 2 people do that? Well, you're making $1,500. Well, what if you help 3 people do that? You're making a couple grand. It's just that simple. It's what you do and how to help somebody else do what you've done. That's what mentorship really is doing. Taking somebody by the hand and saying, look, I've done it, you can do it. That's all it is. Second goal, to get free financially in your first 90 days. Why am I saying make that a goal? Well, I'm going to talk to you more about that when I could see you face to face, but financial independence is not hard to achieve. Think about this for a minute. If you could make enough residual income to cover your monthly obligations, whatever it happens to be, that's your household overhead. You're free financially. What does that do when somebody says to you, hey, how much you make it? How long you been in it? Hey, I'm free financially. What about you? You see my point? So even that could be $3,000 for some people. It could be $5,000. It could be $10,000. Set a goal to be free financially. Now, this is not really what this does is take the pressure off your life. It creates residual income to cover your monthly obligation, but you are free financially. Doesn't create lifestyle, does not create wealth. Okay, I'm talking pure financial intellect here. Financial independence is nothing more than creating enough passive residual income to be free financially. That's all it is. Then set a goal to create a lifestyle next. It could be a 1 to 2 year goal. Well, what does a lifestyle mean? Well, I want to live a lifestyle where I travel, I can give to charities, I want to live a life of significance. I don't want to be limited by anything. So when you have that kind of income coming in, that you can actually give back to humanity and serve human interests, that changes everything. What a beautiful thing that is. So maybe your lifestyle goal is that you just want to be successful and take care of your family and put your kids through college and retire and travel. If that's your lifestyle goal, that's wonderful. Maybe it's to have a life of significance where you can give back to charity and, again, serve humanity. So those are all beautiful things. But set a lifetime goal. Set your activities in alignment with your goals. Here are some guidelines. Now, this is my experience right now. If you run 5 ads in 3 cities every 2 weeks, you can run them in the same cities. You can change them up. But if you can run 5 ads in 3 cities every 2 weeks, you're looking at a budget of about $250 a month. Now, that's a cheap investment. My overhead, my friends, when I owned a mortgage company, was $50,000 a month before I got paid. So we're talking about you being an entrepreneur, you being a business owner here. It's going to take some investment, $250, to get some desired results, but you're going to sponsor 5 to 10 new pros. Folks, you only need to sponsor 5 to break even. 10, you're making $250. So your mindset has to be, I'm going to make these ads work. If I don't hit it in one city, I'm going to go to the next. Maybe I'm going to change the title. Maybe I'm going to change the body or the message. And that's what I'm here for. So I can help you. I'll run the demographics for you on LinkedIn. You do all the demographics in the cities that you're targeting, and also what I call the social graphics in the cities. Why is that important? Because when you run the social graphics, you're going to find out what the average incomes are. So if you're talking to a town that's really struggling, and maybe that's not the people you want. You want people that are working and want to create a part-time income, okay, or have a strong desire to succeed. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Because if you don't qualify the type of people, you're going to be chasing people that are broke, can't even afford the $99 pro a month, even though they get 2 people, it's free. But people, those are not the right people. I'm telling you, all you're doing is you're reaching down. Instead of going up, you're going down. Because they're going to drag you down. Because you're going to be spending hours and hours and hours chasing them. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for the person that says, oh my God, I've been praying for you to come along. Thank you for this opportunity. I love social media. I just needed the chance. Oh my God, you guys have Millionaire Mentors? That's wonderful. Those are the people you're looking for. And can't tell me they're not out there. I talk to people at least 10 conversations a day almost. And I promise you, they're out there. Social media. Here's another one. If you use social media, I don't care if it's LinkedIn or if it's Facebook or Google Hangouts, it's going to be huge. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to recommend something to you. You start liking people on Facebook, connecting people on LinkedIn, following people on Twitter, and if you just fool around while you're watching TV at night and start, connecting with people like that, you're going to see a huge following grow in those places. And every time you get on Google Hangouts, because they're going to, those systems have robotics. They recommend people to you. All you have to do is add them. So in Google Plus, it's always plus, plus, plus. I love the names. LinkedIn, you're connecting. Facebook, they're liking you. Twitter, they're following. And in Google Plus, you're what? You're adding them. Plus, 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 plus. And if you just did, my gosh, if you just added, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 people a day, do you know how big your following would be? And why do you want to create a following anyway? Because when you create a following, it's easy to connect with somebody. These programs allow you to communicate. You can send personal messaging, and personal messaging is the secret to this whole thing. All right, so getting back here, you got 5 ads, 3 cities, and you got a budget. Well, maybe you can't afford that. We'll cut it in half. Do what you can afford. Once you get over the learning curve and you start making a little money, then reinvest it back in your business. Now, social media connections are free. Do 30 connections a day. Start liking what I just taught you. Like, follow, connect, right? And what? Plus. Start doing those things. And zero budget, that'll result in 5 to 10 pros when you get it down. Okay, very simple. All right. So here's what you want to do. You want to start developing this plan, experiencing it, and when you get it working, you're tweaking it, you're working with us, we're mentoring you on it, and then we got it down for you. Right? Now once you learn it and you master it, guess what happens? Now you can go out and you can duplicate. You could teach 3 other people to do it. Now the beautiful thing about being in our school is you got us to mentor and teach while you're learning. So you can pull people in and they're going to learn while you're learning. You can almost, do this in a parallel, which is really cool. But as you become a mentor and a leader, then you want to build your organization and you want your videos and you want your school under your name, and that's really what you need to do. So teach 3 people out of 10 to do what you did. You're going to make a $3,000 check match. Help 3 people get to $1,000 a month. All right, what is that? 5 pros, right? Okay, that's usually 5 pros and helping a few other people get their pros. That's all it is. Or do 10 pros yourself or 20 pros yourself. All right? So it's a combination of what you do and what you teach other people to do that makes up that 3,000, that makes up your income on a monthly basis. So let's go along another 30 days. Duplicate that in another 30 days. And then let's duplicate that in another 30 days. Friends, you're up to $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a month in 90 days. So the question is this: if you've got a plan like that and you're consistent with it, look what's going to happen. I mean, should you accomplish this in 90 days working 4 hours a day? That's 20 hours a week. And you're making $4,000 or $5,000 a month? If that's all you did? Or you made $10,000 a month in 90 days? Would it be worth it? What if it took you 4 months? What if it took you 6 months? And you're only making 4 or 5, and we cut it in half. Or we cut it in a third. Instead of making 10, you're making 5. Instead of making 5, you're making $2,500. How many people would love to spend 4 hours a day making $2,500 residual income? Now, I'm going to be honest, it's not going to stand still. I mean, you're going to make that income no matter what. All right, so now this is a document that I have for you, and I will let you have it in my, and I'll send it out to everybody so you can use it as a model and a guideline. And here's what I'm going to recommend: that you develop your plan suitable to your goals, but you be consistent with it, and you do it every single month. So let me stop sharing, and I'm going to come back up here for a minute. Okay, so we got you. All right. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right, so I'm back again. All right. So here's what I want to say to you guys. And if you guys can go ahead and click on this, you guys can start coming on the video live, and we can open up our discussions here. But here's what I want to say to you guys. You know, all this, anytime you run a direct response marketing, and anytime you're doing Craigslist, it all boils down to you being able to create a relationship with people. And it's understanding what those people really want out of life and letting those people talk to you. I talk about 80% marketing is listening. I talk about 80% listening is marketing, and then 10% is kind of relating to them, and 10% connecting. It's really true. So think about this a minute. If you start any conversation with anybody, especially in the Craigslist campaign, and you ask people, I said, well, what are you looking for? You know, a lot of people are coming to us wanting to perhaps make extra money from home. Now, I know some people have a hard time asking that question, but seriously, if you went out and asked that question to 10 people a day through whatever you're using, Craigslist or social media, 5 people a day, it doesn't matter. You ask that question and just try it, and you see what kind of responses that you're going to have. I'll promise you. Do you know anyone that needs to make extra money right now? Just ask that one question. That's all you did. Say, hi, Gary, I don't know how to close. What do you mean? It's right there. Ask the question. Do you know anybody that needs to make an extra, you know, whatever, or start making money on a part-time basis right now? And you're going to find people are going to respond to you like you cannot believe. And they're going to go, yeah, I need to make money. Or yeah, I know somebody. Just try it and see what happens. It's so simple. Do you know anyone that needs to make extra money right now? Let that just roll off in your conversations. Hey, can you do me a personal favor? I need your help. Okay, do you know anyone that needs to make extra money right now? So when you create that relationship and you get to the point of, hey, I'm not getting anybody to look at the school or looking at what we're doing or looking at our home-based business opportunity, you're not asking a question. That's all it is. You just got to ask the question. Hey, you know anybody that needs to make extra money right now? That's all it is. And you'd be surprised how many people are going to respond to you. And as people respond to you, you're going to see a huge difference in your success and in your income. That's all it is. How many people can you get that question to? You could text that question. You could email that question. You can get them on the phone. Now, the phone is going to be more powerful than the text, I'm going to tell you, or the meme. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you're doing all phone and text, it's going to take you a long time before you hit. But if you get on the phone, you're going to hit right away. So I ask people, thanks, man, for coming on. So I ask people this question when I'm talking to them. I said, I'm going to give you 3 options here when I ask people. People that are coming to us and coming to our school and the home-based opportunity, they're coming to us for these 3 reasons. And it's really true. They're coming to us because they need to make extra money from home. The second reason is they want to change. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. They're working really long hours. They're stressed in their relationships. They're stressed on the job. Their income is declining. It's not going up. They live in fear of losing their jobs. People are looking for a career change. So I ask them this question. Are you looking to make extra money from home? Or are you looking for a career change? And the third one is, are you looking for a better lifestyle? I got one guy yesterday, you know, who I talked to in UK. He signed up as a pro. I asked him those 3 questions, and he goes, all 3. All 3. Now, how do you get people to sign up to a pro after they say they need all 3? Because once they say they need it, then it's simply this. Look, my recommendation would be that you would jump in full scale. Why look at a piece of the Mona Lisa here? If you're just looking at a little corner of the Mona Lisa by jumping in free and watching a few of the videos, that's better off than where you are. But this person, I'm not going to name his name, he came in. I want to, you know, congratulate him for coming in. Said his downline, he's not making any money, and his downline's not making any money. He's not duplicating. Well, that's usually the response I get for most people in MLMs. They're not making any money at it. Most of them here aren't making any money at it because they don't have a plan. They don't have the methods. They don't know how to do it. That's all it is. And we're on overload and abundance, you know. So that's why it's important that we help people get to where they want to go. So just think about that a minute. He said, all three. So I said, look, why don't you sign up for the $99? It's 100% guaranteed. If you can't bring people in or two people in 30 days, something's wrong. We got to, either you're not doing the activities, you're not following what we're teaching you, something's not right. You're not talking to people, you're not sending out the links. I'll give you an example. My gosh, when you go to look at the blog that we have in our system, that's powerful. And it's a capture page type blog. Have you done your blog sites yet? Have you developed a personal capture page doing a personal interview with Robert or Bill? That's my message to you today. See, you're not taking advantage of the system. You're not getting it out there. And the reason you're not getting it out there is because, let's be honest, you don't have a plan of action. That's all it is. So if you guys get a plan of action and set some goals, it changes everything. I'm telling you, this is a gold mine. I have people that are making $2-3 million a year. I'm showing this too. And both of them are in at $99 because they see that this will help their people. Isn't that crazy? One guy makes $2-3 million a year. He looked at this and said, Gary, I'm yours, teach me. And then I got people coming in here broke, busted, and saying, well, why don't we do it this way? Like, come on. We're giving it to you on a platter. All right, I'm going to open up for discussion. And if you guys have questions, if you're, you can click on this link up here, and you can unmute, and you can ask any questions you want. Again, this has to be interactive. And I'm going to continue these Monday morning sessions with you to help you because we want to get you unstuck. So if you're not doing your plan, you're not doing the activities, and you're not getting results, we need to know so we can help you. The more questions you have, the more we're going to do this. I want to announce Sonia just came in from India, and I mean, I am so on fire about this one lady. I want to congratulate Heather for bringing such a top person in. And already she's marketing to 2 cities. She's asking me to check these cities out. She's doing her demographics and social graphics on Google. I'm going to run a test on LinkedIn and find out, where the bulk of them are in sales, marketing, or in health and wellness. And so I can get back to her and kind of give her, some target audience there. So that's what, and she's asking the right questions. So this is what it's all about, working together in partnership, letting us mentor you and guide you and direct you. Don't try to tell us how to do it. Learn from us, and we'll help you get there. I promise you, your best interest is my best interest. We want you guys to win on this, All right, so I'm going to take some questions right now, and I hope you do it. Back to the beginning, how do you proceed when you get a response from Craigslist? That's Pam asking a question. Great question, Pam. All right, how do you proceed? All right, so what happens is this. When you get a response from Craigslist, you're going to call them up, and you're going to basically start interviewing them, all right? And I always start with things like this. What are you looking for? Just a simple question. What are you looking for? Before I go into any spill about the company, our program, or anything else, I just want to know, what are you looking for? And then they start talking to me a little bit. I said, look, people are joining our school because, number one, and I'll go through this again, number one, they're looking to make extra money from home. Second reason, they want to make a change. Third reason, they just want to make more money and have a better lifestyle. Which one of those fits your needs? That's how I open it up. I set it up beautifully. And they usually say 1, 2, or 3, or all of them. Great. Because listen, if you don't set it up like that, oh my gosh, they're in control of it. What's this about? Who's behind this company? And they're sitting there broke, asking you those type of questions, and they're controlling the conversation. So then I'm going to go to the second part, and it's all right here in the documentation that you can find on, on your Google Docs. It lays it out right here. How much social media experience do you have? Second question, do you have any sales or marketing experience? Okay, fine. If they don't, we say, are you willing to learn? We got a training program for you. How many hours a day can you work? Okay. What do you need? What are your financial challenges right now that you need to make right now? Great. Are you willing to go through some training? That's it. You start, Pam, so you start asking those questions and get a feel, and you take notes with them. And at that point, you're able to recommend something. Now, let me add something to this question, Pam. It's really great. A lot of people are saying, hey, people are coming in and you're in business for yourself. Now, let me tell you what my plan is and why I even created this Craigslist thing where you can actually hire a sales representative. That's that's your virtual assistant in essence. That means I want to get 4 or 5 people because I'm going to run these ads and I don't want to read all those resumes. I'm going to turn them over to those guys. They're going to do all the screening. It's worth it to me. And they're going to come up with people after doing the interview that I give them and filling out their profile. They're going to come back to me and say, hey, Coach Gary, I got one that really wants to talk to you. And out of maybe 50 people that respond or 100 people that respond, or I don't care, I'm going to have my assistants screen those calls. I don't want to. I had one kid that was drunk, for crying out loud. Why do I want to waste time on somebody that was drunk on the phone? Gosh, I'm not calling that kid back. Are you kidding me? All right. So I want to talk to people that want to talk to me. So I'm going to go ahead and ask my assistants to do that. Now I'm going to pay them $50 for every person that they give me. And I'm going to give them my ads, and I'm going to feed it to them so they can make the phone calls and the initial interview for me. And I'm going to teach them how to do that. So that's the way I'm doing it. If I get a live one that want to talk to me, that's wonderful. And here's the best part. Once they start talking to me, I'm going to talk to them because I do these training. Your goal is to get all your people on these trainings at 8:30 Tuesday morning, Wednesday at 12:30 p.m., and Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Get them on there. And if you're in another country like Sonia, we're going to start doing them at different times that are suitable for her and her country. And I'm working with Bill on that right now. Or Kimberly that's in Australia. Or Lewis that's in Ireland. You see? Gosh, this is a beautiful thing. I'm in 5 countries already, and 5 people that I'm in those countries with, they're really hot people. I mean, they want this. I'm excited about this thing. All right, let's see if that answers your question. Asking what they're looking for. What's the voice message you leave when they don't have an answer? Okay, it's all right here. And here's the voice message that I leave when they don't have it. And I make it very, very simple. Okay? It's right here. Hold on a minute. All right, it's right here on the second page. Hi, my name's Gary Messeri. You can reach me at 925-451-1619. Now, why do I want to say, hey, my name's Gary Messeri, and I put the number right up front? So because they're going to probably go back and run that voicemail back again so they can pick the number up. So instead of having it at the end, I have it in the front. Okay, so they can pick it up easy. That's why it's very smart. I've done this a lot. Okay, you applied for a social media rep position. Thank you for calling. I was impressed with your email or resume, and I'd like to schedule an interview with you as soon as possible. That's all I say. If you say anything more, you're going to lose them. And guess what? The voicemail, I would say I would leave, out of 10 voicemails, I'd get 50 to 60% respond to me. Okay, it's very, very favorable. If I don't hear back from them in a day or so and I like the candidate, I'm going to say, look, you probably deleted this by accident. I'm sure you did. And again, I want to schedule an interview with you, a phone interview, take 5 to 10 minutes, and I need to hear from you if you're interested in our job. That's it. That's all I say. Okay. Any more questions that you guys have? Okay. No more questions, huh? All right. Anything else? Oh, I'd like you to probably delete my previous email. Yeah. Right. Okay. That's gonna help out. All right, guys. This is it. I need you guys to come on with your questions with mentoring. If I don't get you to participate in the questions or write up your questions, the idea is to get this interactive. I can't continue this. I need your questions. It's the whole idea. Instead of you guys calling me each time, I mean, I wouldn't have a life anymore. My wife wouldn't know me if everybody started calling me and texting me, hey, I need you now, I need you now. You can do that when you have somebody that you want me to talk with or do a Google Hangout, which I call Fireside Chat. Absolutely. Get on the phone with me. But for every questions like this is a great time to keep your questions coming in, rolling in. And Bill's going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing it with you. But if you don't bring the questions on, I can't help you. I'm going to discontinue this. So you gotta participate. This is a gold mine, but you got to bring the questions in, okay? I've got more people answering my ads, and I'm jumping in, making mistakes and learning from it. That's Pam. Yeah, you're gonna make some mistakes. Just shoot me your questions during the week too. The best way to get me is by text. I'm not answering a lot of emails anymore. I'll be honest with you. I'm getting 200-300 a day, and I just can't deal with the emails. Okay, I gotta have the questions. I gotta have you shoot me text to get my attention and get my time. If you send me an email and you don't hear from me for a day, that's because I don't read emails until late at night. Okay, Eric, did you have anything for us?
Let's see. Question I like to ask you is that I'm currently working on a LinkedIn page, and I had a question about LinkedIn though. I'm currently working on. I
Okay.
kind of messed with it yesterday, and I was logging into my LinkedIn account. Like, what I'm having trouble is I want to put the right words on my profile, and like, what do I need to go back and change that?
Okay, on your LinkedIn profile, I need to look at that for you.
Yeah.
But really, what you want to do is set your LinkedIn profile up, and there's some key words here that are important. One, you're learning to be a social media marketing guru. Okay, so we got to get that in there someplace. All right, you're learning to be a mentor, so we got to get that in there someplace. You're also learning to be an expert at helping people create income from home. We got to get that in there someplace. So people know exactly when they read your profile, exactly who you are and what you do and how you can probably help them. In essence, you want to become a person of attraction.
Okay.
The fact that you can leverage, what we're doing, working with us, that should be in there too. Hey, I'm working with Robert Hollis. He mentored 44 millionaires. I'm working with Bill Ebert, built a company and sold it in 10 million. They made most of their fortunes on the internet. I think that's important to put that in there. We have 100,000 students. Our goal is to put over 500,000 students. We're helping people make money from home who've never made money before. If you've got something like that in your profile, Eric, you're going to get people wanting to know you. Remember this. Your profile is your business card online. All right? So when people connect with you, what do? They go to your Facebook profile and your LinkedIn profile. That's why if you don't have a blog up, go to the back office and build a blog. It's easy to build. And get that blog up there. Get your internet presence going immediately. In the beginning, I didn't think about that, and then Bill kind of coached me on it a little bit. He's right. Get your real estate on, up there as fast as you possibly can. That's so important. Get your joint videos with Robert and Bill going. It's not important that you get them with me. I'll be honest, it's really not. What's important is you get them with Robert and you get them with Bill, because those guys, my God, they tower me. I mean, and we have them and we can leverage off it. It's called leveraging the experts. All right. So when people see you with those guys on a video and you're able to send that video out to people, it's very, very powerful. So that help. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
You need to get, you need to really leverage who we are and become the expert that we are, and you're going to put that on your profile, and it becomes an attraction for you right off the bat. Okay. The fact you're under training, that doesn't mean anything, because you have access to the knowledge. You have the resources that other people don't have. You're a resource person for them. See, so that's the attraction for you on that. And if you do the profile and you write it up, I'm not going to write people's profile. If you want me to hire me as a coach and my hourly rate's like $500, I don't think you want to do that. But if you want to go ahead and write it up and send it to me, I'll absolutely edit that for you. Not dramatically edit. I stink at that, but I will absolutely get the content right for you and put some key things in there to make sure you got some points of interest and you got some hooks in there that people are going to read and want to know more about what you do. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, that's fair.
So if you write it up, go ahead. That's a great question. I hope everybody that's on the Monday Morning Mentor will, will get involved and get those profiles up on their LinkedIn, Facebook, and so forth, and do that. That would be very, very cool. Google Hangouts is another one. Boy, you guys need to start building your Google Hangouts is the future to marketing. I'm telling you that right now. Google is all over it. I'm sorry, but I think Google's going to just, in the next 5 years, man, it's all Google right now. Google search, Google Maps, Google. You can go out there and buy package at Microsoft, and Google gives it to you free, for crying out loud. Excel, they give you the Excel program. They give you, their presentation program, PowerPoint, Google Docs. You could do folders on it. You can build circles around it. I'm going to be doing a lot of teaching on and getting Bill to help us on Google Hangouts, okay, and how to build a following on Google Plus. Seriously, we need to get 2,000-3,000 people on Google Plus and get them in Hangouts and start grouping your people together. I have one called Success and Pros. I got another one that's all my leads are in there for trainers, and I send them, these links when I do when I do the 8:30 and the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I send those out to my leads that are that are signed up, or they haven't signed up to school, but I send them out, so they have the opportunity to look at what we're doing on those. So you're right, Eric. Work on that profile, get it over to me, and work on that as quick as you can, and let's get that up there if you're going to do LinkedIn. That's very important. Okay. Any other questions, you guys? We got it covered. I think we got it covered. All right. All right. Good stuff. We'll see you next week. God bless you guys. You can do this now. Bye bye.